tag teaming or training tonight with my sister sales director Mel Stratton. And we're going to be talking about how to make some money during the holidays, and how to really just be someone that someone shops with on the holidays rather than just being like silent, because you're like, well, everybody's spending their money on Christmas gifts. Sis, you are the Christmas gifts. Okay, so that's what we're going to kind of talk about in one of our exclusive chats for some of our very top achievers that are moving up into DIQ. I literally told them, I said, if you guys are ready, get your notebook, because I'm gonna train on how to turn 2K into 4K by December the 10th. So I'm excited. I'm gonna pass it over to my friend Mel. She's gonna be training you guys on how to do stop and shops, pop-up shops, and businesses that you may be intimidated by. So kick it off.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
For some reason, my phone's kind of glitching. So anyway, I love anytime there's a holiday, anytime there's anything special with Mary Kay. Hey, Stacy, because one, if it's something that men have to buy for women, men are clueless. So I love to stop at machine shops, car places like car lots, any place that men work. I tell you, I stop at East End Body Shop. So any East End machine shops, car lots. I'm trying to think where else I stop. Any place that men work, that men work, coal mines, they will buy. All you have to do is say, I have a basket, and usually they'll say, oh, my wife likes a pink bow. They could care less what's in that basket. They just like to pick out the bow color, and that's it. So you make a basket, and what I usually do is I divide my trunk of my car. I put half of it is $50 baskets and half is $100 baskets, and they sell. At Mother's Day, I made these baskets. I was so excited. I had $1,800 worth of baskets, and that day I found out I needed 4 new tires, but I made that $100 and didn't have to worry about how I was going to pay for my tires, because just stopping at these shops made me the $1,800 and my tires were paid for. Also, there's places you can go where there's women. You can go to banks. You can go to flower shops. You can go to beauty shops. Anywhere there's women, you can do foundation matches and then go on from there. Everyone loves Christmas. So this is easy sales, easy money. All you have to do is, usually what I do a week before, I'll put up a flyer in each of these shops with my name and my number, just to let them know I'll be there on what day. Some of the guys will call, some of them won't, but you still will sell. So all you have to do, put a flyer up, let them know you'll be there a certain day, about what time. And I guarantee you, however many baskets you have, you will sell every one. Anybody have any questions about it? Yes, go before lunch on payday. If you know when they get paid, stop in. I'm having a bunch of facials tomorrow. I know the people that's coming to the facials don't get paid till Friday, but I'm going to go ahead and have them give me their list. And then Friday, they can pay me and I'll give them their products. So it's the same way at Christmas. If you know when these people get paid, put your flyer up, stop there before lunch on that Friday that they're getting paid, and you'll sell them all. I guarantee it.
Mel, I'm gonna ask you a question to kind of just like maybe help somebody that, okay, I would say the biggest thing is maybe or this would be me at least, so maybe I'm speaking for other people, maybe I'm not, but what is your best advice on going somewhere and showing up, even if you're like nervous or intimidated or scared, or like what's your best advice is to show up with confidence? Because to me, that's really intimidating to me. So that's my biggest fear. So how do you overcome that?
So I'm kind of the same way at times. I know you wouldn't think that, but I usually find one person that works there, and I stop them and talk to them first. Whether you go into the office and talk to someone in the office, but usually I just find one guy that looks nice, and I'm like, hey, I'm here selling these baskets. Or I'll tell you, the machine shop that I did at Mother's Day, I took like some donuts, and I was like, hey, I've got these donuts for you all, and I've got a flyer. I'm going to be delivering Mother's Day baskets if anybody would like to buy one. Do you think we could put the flyer up? Oh, they were all about it. Take you some kind of
Amazing.
little goodies, a little, even little candy, whatever that will break the ice, and then they'll put up your flyer, and men will come out and start looking at your baskets and buying them. But anything that will appeal to somebody, candy, donuts, whatever, get their attention, and then just slide your way in, and that'll help you to break your nerves.
And what would you say is your best selling products in your basket?
Honestly, I sell a lot of the, like, our body wash and body lotion, especially the berry vanilla, I think is what it is. I sell tons of that. I put a loofah in with it. I put the lotions and go from there. And they love those because and I always do not forget, put a card and put something in there that says this comes with a free facial. That way they have your number, and the man can also sound great to his wife. You also get a free facial. So, and I always get the guy's number, and I will always message back and say, don't forget to tell your wife she gets a free facial. Because that's always real appealing.
Yeah. You're literally using it as an opportunity to build your customer base, not just a one-time sale, which is incredible. So awesome.
Exactly. So make sure you have a card in there, and make sure you have something that says they get a free facial.
Which do you normally on your products? I know Sabre does this. Do you do like the little stickers on all of your products that says like reorder, and they have your number and your you can order them off MK Connections. I need to do that. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I have it, but that would be really good for, okay, Sabre makes hers herself. That's incredible. So do you do that?
I do not, but I need to do that.
Yeah, especially for stuff like this. Yeah, so she just prints out labels with her printer that would have your name, your website, and your number. So then when the person's using it, it's really cool.
Yes.
So
that's a great idea. I need to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Mel, that you have to share?
I don't think so. I think unless anybody has any questions, if you need help about what to put in a basket, you can always message me. I will help you with things. I always put, if I put like a satin hands, I might get like a set of gloves from Dollar Tree and put in with it. Or if I'm putting in a charcoal mask, I might get a headband. You can add other little things, but make sure when you're totaling, you total those things in too. And when you do your totals, make sure you're doing the retail price, not the wholesale price. You want to make sure you're making your money off of these products. So total everything from your basket, your wrap, your bow, everything to total up what your basket's going to cost, because you don't want to be out any money. You want to make sure you're making your money back.
Yes. If somebody's asking about pictures in the comments, do you have any pictures of yours, Mel, by chance?
I probably do. I can find them, and then would it be okay to post them on the Legends page?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Yes. Okay.
Any other questions? And I'm always here. If you all have any questions, you all can always message me.
Who's inspired by Mel, and who's already has a list of 3 to 5 places that they're going to visit? That's my question.
It's really easy if you just places that change your oil. I'll tell you one place that I sold a lot, Walmart tire and oil place. They ate it up. I sold a ton there at Mother's Day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Well, I'm super excited because mine actually kind of goes along with Mel's, and I'm going to kind of talk about some ideas before, yeah, Mel did tell me, I only went to a bank. I'm like, you're lying. I think she forgot for a second because you were like, I've only done it at a bank. You're like, wait a minute. No, I haven't. I went everywhere. But I'm gonna talk first about doing a holiday open house. This will be my 4th year having a holiday open house. And I gotta change my view so I'm not just staring at myself. But I am very passionate about holiday open houses, and I honestly, this year I thought about not having it, and I'm gonna kind of go into that, and why I'm still gonna have it, and why I think that you guys need to have one too. But I understand that on here, there's probably only gonna be a couple of you guys that really actually execute an open house. Okay, now I wish more people would have one, and I'm gonna try to break it down as to how simple that it can be, and even if you don't have tons and tons and tons of people, of why it's still going to be beneficial to you, because an open house, it is not just a 1 day thing for me, or it's not just a 1 weekend thing. I build so much off of my open house. So any products that I have left over from my open house, I go and do things like Mel just talked about. I go and do stop and shops at offices, which I'm going to talk more about that. It looks a little bit different than what Mel was just talking about. It's pretty similar, but yeah, so I'm super excited. I feel like I've kind of mastered this. Like, if I had to train on anything and I'm like, I can teach you everything you need to know, it's this. Because I have found things that work. I found things that doesn't really work that well, or things that aren't just really that necessary to do. And I think that I used to overcomplicate everything. And it's really a lot of fun. It's a great way to make build your connections in your business from your customers, and just have more relationships with your customers, and just literally own the holiday season. Okay, like who, I'm just curious, like who wants to come out of the holiday season like being on top of your money rather than being in the hole because you just spent tons of money, right? Everybody, duh. Like, I get it. Chris Grimbus? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Christmas is expensive, okay? But we are a business owner that has the opportunity to sell people their products for Christmas. Therefore, we have an opportunity that are unlike most people in the holiday season. So, honestly, I feel like January last year, I literally paid, we had a like, I don't know, it was like an over $1,000 balance that we needed our electric bill paid. And it was like January 3rd. Obviously, everybody and their brother was like struggling from Christmas. And I told my husband, actually, I have that because I sold so much over the holidays. I have that. Here's $1,000 to pay our electric bill. Like, how incredible. Okay. So I have my notes here because I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys all the facts that you need. So if you see me looking off, that's what I'm doing. But um, the thing to really know is that people are buying this holiday season. So are they going to buy with you, or are they going to buy from Walmart? That's the question. So I hear all the time, like, people just aren't spending money these days. Yes, they are. And they're still gonna buy people Christmas gifts, okay? So let it be from you, not from something random from Walmart that nobody likes. Like, I remember going to Walmart and buy my mom's those, as a kid, obviously, like the Walmart gift sets that was like, it's hard to tell what's even in that. And I'm like, if my dad would have just known a Mary Kay lady, my mom could have got way better gifts. So be that woman to people. Okay, so first off, talking like strictly an actual open house. And if you have any like slither of like, I think that sounds like fun, I'm gonna tell you like just to take notes and to implement it because and like I said, I wasn't going to do one this year because my life feels like a little chaotic having a 18-month old at this time. And I just thought, it's just not really in the cards right now. My house isn't exactly how I want it to be. We're kind of still like rearranging some things in my home. And I started thinking back, well, last year I had a 6-month old, which it wasn't easy then to plan everything and, prep for it. But the year before that, I was pregnant and puking every day and I still had it. And the year before that, I had my office in my basement, in my sister's basement. I didn't even live there, and she made me pay $100 to have an open house in her living room for the weekend. She's crazy. I love her, but she's crazy, and I still did it. It wasn't even at my home. So if you're sitting here thinking like I just don't have the perfect home, like my situation isn't perfect, you can figure it out. You can pay $100 to set it up in your sister's living room if you're really wanting to do it. Okay, that's just the honesty here. I'm gonna be real transparent with you guys tonight. So number one, you got to figure out when. Right now, I want you to go ahead and pull up your calendar. If you're thinking about doing it, pull up your calendar and decide when. I do mine the first full weekend of December every single year. So normally I do it on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This year, I'm just doing it on a Saturday. Okay. Why? Because I don't want to have everything perfect in my home for 3 days with a toddler. It's just not in the cards for me this year. And honestly, sometimes I feel like I have it too spread out anyway. So adapt. Whatever's going to work well with your life, you do that. It's okay. Figure it out. But I think in years past, like I was trying to look up some old pictures of my timing that I had done it before. And in years past, just for example, I had on a Friday from 5 to 7, on a Saturday from 10 to 2, and on a Sunday from 2 to 5. So again, just kind of depends, but I'm just doing it on a Saturday this year. So there's that. I also make sure I do it after Pink Friday and all that. Like all of my sales out the window. I'm not offering sales anymore. So if that's playing into your timing, I don't know when you're doing your Pink Friday sale, but just make sure that it's after all your sales. It's time to make some money. Okay, but this is actually going to set you up for the entire holiday season. So yes, it's just a week, and yes, it's just a day, but you are going to be able to like run the rest of December off of your open house. So how to get people there? Number one, just keep opening your mouth. Like any facials that you have, start telling them like, hey, like I want to let you know I have an open house every year. Well, I say I have an open house every year. It's on the first weekend of December. I'm going to be posting about it. I just wanted you to know because I would love for you to come. So that's my spill right now. I tell it to anybody and everybody. If I'm delivering a product, I tell them about it. I'm just like constantly talking about it that way. And anytime that I can personally tell somebody that in person, they just feel a lot more obligated to come rather than just seeing a post. I mean, wouldn't you? If somebody, you got something from your Cincy girl and she's like, hey, I'm having this open house. Like, I would love for you to stop by and, brought your kids and just came into my home for a little bit. You would have been like, absolutely, I'll do that. So, just start opening your mouth. That's like the best way to invite people. But, start messaging people about it. Like, don't be afraid just to create a graphic and say that this is the date of your open house and post it. Just start talking about it. But really, I think that my biggest thing is just telling people one-on-one about my open house. Like, that's the best way that you're going to invite people. You can send out the emails, the Pink Friday training that we had last week of communication. You can send out emails, texts, calls, flyers, everything. Like you can do that with this as well. But the best way you're going to get people there is just actually tell them or text them if you're not going to see them in person after they order. Look back at your 6-12 months of orders and see who has ordered from you and invite them to your open house. Those are going to be the more likely people to come. Honestly, the most likely people to come are your top 5 customers, and you could probably name like who spends the most money with you. You could probably name them. But then also your most recent facials within like the past 90 days. Like that's realistically who's going to come. Now, if you've not seen any faces in 90 days, it's time to see some faces. You still have this month. Okay. And then whenever people are coming, I tell them, like, if you bring a friend, you get $10 to spend with me on that day of. Now, they don't get to carry that in, but that way you get more people there. And people always like to come with a friend. So, just another thing that I like to kind of note is that it is really an experience. With people, it's also a positive experience, but you're also building a relationship with your customers. You're inviting them into your home. I like vividly remember going to open houses growing up with like different businesses or my church's like open house. I don't know if your guys' church ever did that at like the parsonage. We would always go there, and I just feel like I was a part of their family because they would invite me into their home, and I felt so welcomed. So anyway, that's another reason why I do it. I want my customers to see my son, see my house, like be a part of my home. Like I want them to know that it's more than just me trying to sell them something. And if anybody has any questions, like please put them in the chat. And if I don't see them, then Sabra or Stacy or Taylor or Mel or somebody can like say, hey, someone has a question. Okay, now let's talk about the actual setup real quick, because again, like it doesn't have to be super complicated. I'm actually going to show you guys some pictures of mine. But the setup, really, my mindset behind it all is this is an opportunity to connect and to host. I love hosting in my home. we always joke that our house has an open door policy. You just never know who's going to be here. But I love to host people in my home, and just help build those relationships. So that's my mindset behind like everything. Now I have done it in my living room most times. Like I said, I did it at my sister's living room one year. This year I have a more ideal setup in my home because we've rearranged our entire house, and I'm going to actually do it in like our kitchen dining room area. But it hasn't always been that simple. I've literally had to set up tables in my living room to be able to host it in my home before. The biggest thing is I do this every year and people expect it now. I have a hot cocoa bar. It is a hit. I'm going to show you a picture of it here in a minute. And I just do snacks. I've, heard, people to do like real meals and everything like that. Honestly, best bet. Go get some hot cocoa. Get the big red is it Nescafe, Nesquik, something like that. Get that. Dump it in a crock pot, add milk to it, not water. You got to add milk, and people will eat it up. And then go to Aldi and get their holiday cookies and stuff. That's all you need. You don't need to spend 100 plus, like literally do not spend tons of money doing this. I'm telling you, you don't need to do that. You just need enough just to look cute and just to give people something to chew on. Anything, like I always ask my mom, I'm like, hey, I'm having an open house. Do you want to make a couple cheese balls? She's like, yeah. We have some pepper jelly from our garden. I have that on display over a not cottage cheese, sorry, cream cheese thing. Like, I try to be resourceful, like use what I have rather than like spending tons of money because people like that more anyway. So yes, cookies and cocoa, like that is the vibe. And that's people don't need like a whole bowl of chili at your open house, okay? Like they don't need it to be complex. Um Okay, along with products, which we're going to talk about like the legitimate setup of products and all that here in a minute, but I always use this as an opportunity to not just sell, but to demo products and to make it a thing. Okay, so satin hands in your bathroom, do it. In your kitchen too. I mean, if you have two sets, because not everybody's going to use the bathroom. So in your kitchen and your bathroom. Perfumes. Oh my gosh. I've had so many people order perfumes, not even like for themselves because they actually get to try them because they're out on display. So if you don't have all the perfumes, ask your director. She can probably give you a couple at least if you don't have them all, just a demo for a day. What you do have, great. But then, yeah, and colognes. Are you kidding me? Like anything people can smell, this is an opportunity for them to smell the things. Also, if you have any lipsticks that they can just see and like maybe put on a lipstick or a lip gloss, like, use it for multiple things rather than just getting Christmas gifts. And honestly, get creative. Like whatever you think, like, oh, that would be cool to demo, then set it out and have a demo station. Also, I always have books there because people still look through books and will order things that maybe I don't have on hand or something random. I still get orders that way. Make sure you have all the sales tickets, all that. Make sure you have bags. I try to get bags and some Christmas tissue paper to throw in them as they leave because I just always love doing that. I've also in the past done like whoever comes gets a door prize, so they could pick like a little gift at. I don't know if you've been in Mary Kay for a minute, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. And I think I actually got rid of all mine because they were taking up too much room. But the 12 days of faves, I would have them, the first 12 people to come, they could pick a box out of that and they'd get a prize. So if you have that, yeah, I think I got rid of all mine. They were just taking too much room up in my office here. But and all your products. You're going to put all your products out there. And I'm going to show you how to put them all out without it looking tacky, but you're going to put any product that you have, whether you're wrapping it up as a gift or not, you're going to put it out there because literally why would you leave products on your shelf in your office or in your cupboard or what in your pantry, wherever you store your products? I don't know. But where like you're going to take them all out there, okay? And if you're thinking like, Darrian, I don't even have any products. How am I going to have an open house without any products? I'm going to share that here in a second because that's where we're going to get to like the nitty gritty stuff. But right now we're just covering all the fun stuff. So I'm going to, Saber, do you care to make me a co-host so I can share my screen? Okay, I am now the co-host. So, okay, hold on, bear with me here. Okay, so these are some pictures of my personal thing. This was at my sister's home. Can you guys see that okay? I'm assuming. This is just some products that I set up. I put a little fireplace with Christmas music on in the back. It was great. Hold on. And this was my little perfume display. I had a lot that year to display. I do not have this many perfumes on hand now just because it's not really that necessary. We also had little gift sets then, so I was selling those like crazy, but people loved being able to smell the perfumes. And when it gets to the logistics of like how to make your products look presentable, like you guys can see I literally just put a bow on this stuff. Like it did not take very much time or energy. I literally just put a bow on this stuff. It's that simple. Set out some Christmas stuff. This is literally a rug that I put on a table. I did that. This looks a little bit chaotic. I've changed my setup a little bit. This was my very first year. So let's kind of, sorry. Okay, this is my next to last year. So a little bit different. I try to kind of make different heights now if I can. This is my snack table. See, cheese ball from my mom, pepper jelly from the garden. It's a staple every year. Okay, so this is one way that I recommend kind of displaying products without it being chaotic, but wanting to put all your stuff on a shelf. So this, or leaving anything on your shelf. So this, I just made like a little skincare must-have basket. And it had some skincare sets, it had clinical solutions, some eye creams, and then on this table I also had eyeshadows, blushes, whatever I had. And people bought the heck out of this stuff because they're already using it, so they're like, oh, I need to restock up on that. So it was an opportunity not only to get gifts but to get some stuff for themselves, of maybe, you know, just picking it up on hand, because people, and women in particular, are impulse shoppers. So this is a really good opportunity just to throw what I had, you know, on hand on the table. I just stuck a couple mini bows on there, wrapped some little pom-pom garland around it, and you can put the prices on if you want. I've done it both ways, where I've put prices on, I've not done prices. Honestly, if you were gonna do a basket like this, I don't really think that it's necessary. Like I said, I've learned a lot, but the biggest thing I think to put prices on are like your gift wrapped items, because you might price them up a couple dollars depending on how much you're spending on the packaging of the stuff. Now, along with this table, this was my table that I had random products on that was, you know, in my office. And then on top of that, I have a $5 and $10 sale bin. So if you have old limited edition items, or just like products that, you know, you're like, I need this moved, like it is random limited edition eyeshadows, or, you know, like the little cream blushes or something like that, I will make a little sale basket. And that, it always goes empty because people are like, $5, $10 items, are you kidding me? Like, yes. So again, not like limited edition of like our fall launch, but maybe if you've been to Mary Kay for a minute and you've always had product on hand that you know what I'm talking about, like a couple, maybe like a year or so ago, like you have random limited edition products that maybe you got all giddy about and got too many, and you need a way to get them moved. So that's a way. Okay. Um, I utilized some baskets. Again, this is a little bit chaotic, but this will also just kind of give you an idea of what products I'm like, you know, doing. I'm also going to show you guys some more, but I just really try to work with what I have. So these and that, some different things, like I obviously maximize, but like these little hand sanitizers, I had them on my shelf. So what did I do? I threw them in a little Christmas container that I found at the Dollar Tree and wrapped them up with the bow. Like I just try to be as creative as I possibly can. If you're not creative, then ask a friend to help you. I also love Court of Achievers. I have plenty of Court of Achiever stuff. The snowman, these stickers, the last shampoo, these little tags, those tags, like those tags, like everything that has a tag on it comes from Court of Achievers. So I use those as well, but I also love to utilize what I have and just put a bow on something. This is my famous hot cocoa bar. Famous, and my little crock pot. Candy canes, those are from Aldi. They're little marshmallow things. So you gotta have a hot cocoa bar. I'm telling you, your customers will be like coming back just for your hot cocoa. This was last year, so you can tell I have a little bit more elevation. I also realized I took like no pictures last year. It was probably because I had a 6-month-old and I was just like surviving at this point. But this Christmas tree, I invested in it a couple of years ago. I got it like custom made. It's a pink, huge light up Christmas tree that I literally love and adore. But as you can see, I wanted to put this picture in here because like these certain things, I literally had like revealing radiance peels and moisture mask, and I literally just wrapped them with little pom-pom garland that I got from Dollar Tree. Like that was it, and people bought it. I also put a Mary Kay box, turned it upside down, threw a blanket over it, and set these on top of it to create some elevation. So I also utilize baskets a lot. I utilize coffee mugs. So this is a coffee mug that says Merry Christmas on it. And I put my little, we had mini masks. I put them in little, like pretzel, that you put like pretzel rods in. I put them in little pretzel things and tied them up with bows, pool bows. If you wonder what all these little bows are, search pool bows on Amazon. You can get $200. You can get 200 of them for like $25 or something, maybe even cheaper than that, maybe $10. I don't know. Baskets, any like wicker baskets that you have around your house, they're now a part of your holiday open house. But these are my best sellers. I run out of these every single year. Every single year. The wrap comes from Court of Achievers, and these are actually from the Dollar Tree because I ran out of the ones from the free fuzzy socks. But right now, I believe you can still get the free fuzzy socks from Mary Kay, which is going to save you a couple dollars, and you can make them super cute. And this was an example of an event. So as soon as you figure out when you're going to do it, you're going to want to obviously start talking about it, but also make a cute graphic, make an event in your private customer group. This is not a public thing, okay? You cannot publicly tell everybody and their brother to come to your open house. So just make sure that it is your VIP group, because it's for your VIP customers. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing really quick. And any type of glassware that you have or anything like that, you can use that to hold things as well. Like I have a lot of random glassware. My sister like collects glass. So I will, oh, they're sold out. Darn. Okay, well, guess who missed it again this year to stock up for her holiday open house? Me. Okay, that's fine. I'll be at a Dollar Tree and spending money. Okay, so now if you're hearing all this stuff and you're like, this is great, Darrian, but like, what products do I even start with, and how do I fund this? And how do I like make this a thing, right? How do I put this into action? I kind of forgot I was training on this on Saturday, and I was talking to my husband and I was telling him I just don't think I'm gonna have an open house this year, which by this point I should have already made a decision, but I'm like, things are just too crazy. I just don't think I'm gonna have one. And honestly, I've really downsized my product on hand. So honestly, like the things that I would normally sell at my holiday open house, I don't have right now. Meaning I don't have like some of my most popular items. If you want to write these down, you guys can, but satin hand set, the regular and the limited edition. Mint Bills feet lotion. When I'm talking Mint Bills feet lotion, I'm talking like 20 of them. Charcoal mask applicators, lip glosses, hydrogel eye patches, satin lips, whipped body butters. You get the gist, okay? Those are my like most populars, but I told him, I said I don't have all that stuff on hand right now, so I would need to spend, I mean, anywhere, depending on what you guys, how big you guys are wanting to go, okay? You're probably gonna spend anywhere from like $500 to like $2,000. I'm just gonna be real transparent, because if someone's coming to shop a store, they gotta have something to shop, okay? And I told him, I just don't think that we're like, with Christmas coming up, I don't have the money to like really invest in my business. This is in my checking account right now. Can anybody relate to that at all? I'm being real transparent, okay? And normally I'm not this transparent, especially about finances, but I think that you guys need to hear this. And I thank God for this man. I really do, because he believes in me and my business so much. But he has watched my success in Mary Kay, okay? Like, I've been in Mary Kay as long as I have really known him, and I've been in Mary Kay longer than we've been together. And he said, well, aren't your open houses really successful every year? I said, yeah. And he said, don't you normally make a lot of money from your open houses every year? And he said, I mean, yeah, this will be my fourth one, and yeah, I do really good every year. And he's like, then why don't you, this is our joint savings, so this is not just my Mary Kay money. He said, why don't you, he said, what are you talking? Like, you need $5,000 tomorrow? Like, what do you need? I'm like, no, nothing like that. He said, then why don't you just take some money from our savings and invest it in your business to double the money? Like, why wouldn't you do that? And it just made my brain click, I guess, hearing from somebody outside of Mary Kay being like, I know that that's possible. I do it every year. So, and like, I don't know, I just needed that reminder of that if you want to make money, invest it and be committed to doubling it, because you guys all know that this business works. And if you really got out there this holiday season, that you could double your money. And I'm talking, I mean, 2K, you could double, 5K, you could double. I mean, it's just depending on how much you're going to commit to selling the products, but you really can do that. And I just needed that reminder of being like, yeah, I would love to take, some money out of our savings and double that. Like, that would be incredible. Like, are you kidding me? So I thank God that, he said that at the time that he did, because that was literally a conversation I had on Saturday. Because I thought, maybe I guess I'll just put it on my, like, I was having so much doubt. And I think that what you guys need to hear is the fact that, yes, I'm a car driving sales director that's been in the company for 7 years, okay? But we still have doubts, and we still have to fight sometimes to prove to ourselves that we can do it, even if we've done it, even if we've had 3 successful open houses in the past. Like, it's still a mental challenge that you have to go through. So no matter of what position you're going to be at the career path, if you can just remind yourself and just fight for what you want, and knowing that everybody goes through it, but I think the difference is just fighting for it. So that's me being very vulnerable, but I felt really led to share that. And I really thought, like, I'll just put it on my credit card, and if I don't make the money back, that's baloney. Like, Darrian, you're gonna make the money. Like, why aren't you fighting for this? When this could really impact your family's finances. Okay, so I also wanted to say, a really easy thing is just 5x5. That really helped me when I was getting into the holiday season of like what to have. Just picking 5 items that you love, 5 items that you found on Court of Achievers. If you guys don't know what Court of Achievers is, go look up Court of Achievers and look under different things and find really cute stuff that you would love to make. But just pick 5 things, or get on Pinterest holiday, like look through my stuff. I'll be posting stuff tonight on Legends. Find 5 products and make 5 of them. That's a really, really, really good place to start. And then the rest of the stuff you can put bows on or whatever. But 5x5 is such a good place to start that you're not overwhelmed. And then also, just don't overcomplicate the cuteness. Do not spend hundreds of dollars into supplies for your holiday stuff, y'all. Like, that is just silly when you don't have to. Don't overcomplicate the cuteness or the financial aspect of it. It's just not really necessary. And then also, wise words from me: don't discount your holiday stuff, okay? You put time and energy into making this stuff. Don't discount it. It's just not necessary, and people will buy. I've never discounted any of my holiday stuff except at my holiday open house, except with the exception of the sale table of like my limited edition items that I need to get moved from my shelf. Okay, that's the exception. Everything else, sometimes I will add $1 or $2 to it to cover the product stuff. And I've never had somebody say, "Do you have any discounts today?" Like, no, I'm inviting them into my home. I'm feeding them, and they're having a great shopping experience. They ain't asking if I'm giving a discount. They're thankful for me. Okay, so my last thing is, you've had your open house, okay? You've got also side note, get help with making stuff. If you have a cousin that's in high school, that's my number one top tip. If you have people that are like willing to help you, like literally have them come and say, okay, this is what I need made up. These are the supplies. This is how you do it. Do it for me. Maybe it's your best customer. Maybe she just wants to be in your space. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's your mom. Maybe it's your sister. But tell her that you'll give her a free wrinkle limiter. Dynamic limiter. Like, I don't know what it is, but literally get help. It will literally save you so much time and energy. And if you literally have no help, if you're like, Darren, I just don't have anybody that can help me do this, then just start now. Place your order like tomorrow and get a game plan and do a little bit every night once your kid goes to sleep, or wake up early in the morning and say, okay, I'm gonna make 10 of this product today. It's really not that much whenever you split it up. Okay, now the aftermath. So you're gonna have your open house, you're gonna sell thousands of dollars, and you are probably still going to have products left over that have bows on them and that have little trees on them and that are really cute. And you're like, well, dang, I did really good, but I still have more. If you're like me, because I always do the most. And I am strategic about this. So I told you guys on the first weekend of December, I booked my open house. And then the following Friday, which tends to be payday for a lot of people, I have set up Stop and Shops at different office locations that I'm like personally connected with. This is also my 4th year doing this. And I will tell you, now it doesn't always work like this. I've had really successful open houses. Like I've sold a couple $1,000s. I will go to my I go to my mom's. That's my number one place. They expect me to come now. Like they're asking when I'm coming. Okay. I will go to my mom's workplace. I will be there. They have like a breakfast break from like 10 to 10:30. And I find their payday. Their payday this year is the 13th. And I will be there from 10 to 11. And I have sold more at my mom's office than I did my entire weekend at my home with multiple people there because they are just it's their payday and they are last minute Christmas shopping. I have sold thousands in 30 minutes to these women. Thousands. Okay. Um so whatever you have left over, don't think like, okay, this is it for me. Like, who do you know? Who works in an office space that you can get in there on a little break and you're gonna set up and say, like, hey, I have this stuff. Does anybody want anything? And they will just, how much is this? How much is this? How much is this? And they will just go. Okay. Now I'm not gonna say that I always make that much at those, but who do you know? Where do your customers work at? And can you give them a little incentive for letting you in there? I'm gonna show you guys what mine looked like last year if you're wanting to know. Maybe you're not, but even if you don't do a holiday open house, you can still do this. Please tell me. Okay, I didn't shut that out. I was afraid I closed everything out. I tried to have it ready for you guys because I try to be good with my time here. Okay, I call these Stop and Shops. Last year I had my son with me, so I did what everybody should do, and I dressed him up as Santa. Okay. You're not ready for it. Okay, so this was at my mom's workplace last year. This is their lunchroom, and I set everything up on the table. It did not look cute. People just literally walked around the table and they bought stuff from me. This is my son dressed up as Santa. Um, okay, and then this also, whatever I have, I will also put it in a little basket and you can take places. But as you condense it down, you will have this basket until Christmas is over. That's how I look at it. Like you're gonna just keep dwindling it down until you're out of everything. But as you can see, like I have some stuff wrapped up here. These satin hand set. I bought little hand mitten like oven mitts at Dollar Tree, and I put in those and I put a little sign on it from Court of Achievers. I had like one snowman left. I have the Merry Christmas bags with the satin lips in it, but then like these little brush kits that we had at one point, I just put a bow on it. So like don't think you have to make every single thing up with like crazy Christmas theme. And then this is not mine, but this was a little flyer. I will also make a flyer saying like pop-up shop, and I'll give it to my mom to hang on her bulletin board. I don't have any places at this exact moment for that day that I have scheduled to go, but I'm going to be asking my customers like, and also just posting about it in my customer group, asking my current customers like, hey, like, do is there, if I know where they work, I'm gonna be asking them. I've went to the courthouse before and shopped there, which I've sold, a couple $100s there. I mean, it was nothing crazy, but I took my basket wherever I went. So, yeah, Saber used to call this her baby. Don't go anywhere without your baby. Yeah, it's literally like keep it in your car and take it everywhere you go. Like you also wouldn't leave your baby in the car. So take it out of the car. But people will be like, "Oh, what do you have?" And they will literally buy. So, I think that is all I have for you guys. Oh, also immediately after my open house, while I'm packaging everything up into my baskets and containers, I will go Facebook Live in my customer group and be like, if you missed it, here you are. And I will literally show. And the past couple years, I've had multiple customers like screenshot as me holding it up. They've screenshotted it and then sent me their list like, hey, I want this, and this. And I've literally sold that way. So I get not everybody's going to be able to make it to your open house, but it is such a like I use my open house goodies for the rest of my December. So, anywhere. And also I just want to say like this is a good way. Like I if I was invited into my consultant's home, like if before me pre-Mary Kay, and she had me in her home and I had any thought in the back of my mind about joining, me being in her home and like seeing like she's like real and like I see all this, like I would have joined right then and there. So don't leave team building off the table with all of this stuff. Like it's such a good just relationship connector time. So you can really get in there with people with when other times people are so busy and they have this and this and this. People are looking for relationships and um invitations during the season because yeah, things are busy, but also not everybody gets invited to a million holiday parties, okay? Not everybody gets invited to their Friendsgiving. Not everybody, there's a lot of people that get left out. So use your opportunity to make people feel important and special, like our founder literally said to do. So, if anybody has any questions, you can ask, and then we'll let Carrie do announcements. Is anybody gonna do a open house? I'm just curious.
Darrian, I have a question. Okay, so I assume that, over these years that you have your customer base is kind of everywhere. And so for your people that are not local enough to come to Mason, West Virginia for your open house, what are you doing for those people that are not that close? Or at least
I'm
how were you like looping them in, like, I guess to sell to them for the holidays is my question.
I mean, normally people that aren't local, like they will end up seeing my post and getting something then. And then also on my lives and stuff like that. So I haven't really catered to them. I will say Taylor had an idea, and I'm supposed to be making a template with her for it of doing like a pop-up shop, like a messenger party for holiday, yeah, like a holiday hangout. So one year, which I don't even know if you know this, Jenna, but one year I had a holiday hangout at my house. I was a consultant, and Taylor and Carrie came to help me, and I literally sold like over $1,000 that night. It was crazy. Where people just did, they like drank hot cocoa and tried out face masks. So the idea behind this is that it's a party during the holiday times, but it's virtually, and you're sending like the lip savers or the footsie roll and say which one do you like best to give, and just like helping build gift guides with your products that you would be doing for your open house. So that's something kind of like a virtual holiday hangout in a sense. That's a idea that Taylor's had. I'm supposed to be helping her implement that. I've just not created the actual template yet, but I think that would be a good way to kind of loop if you have someone that's like, I wish I was close to you. You're like, perfect. Let's host a virtual one. Also, like you could do it, I just don't think like overcomplicate anything. Like you could literally say, okay, invite your friends, and I'm going to do like a little QVC session of what I have. So I've never really had a customer that hasn't like customers from Huntington and things like that, but no one's ever really been far enough away and has been like, oh, I need to come. So yeah, that's a great question though.
All right, final call for questions for Miss Darrian. Final call. Okay, I'm not seeing anything pop in, so we will go ahead and do announcements. I'm trying to find at least some decent lighting. Ooh, I'm spotlighted. Hey, everybody. Hey, hey. So a couple different things we have going on right now. Okay, so the first thing is we have Friendsgiving on Wednesday, and if you're local, literally come. You better be showing up. It's gonna be so much fun. It's at 6:30 at the West Virginia Building Penthouse. Bring a dish. Just let us know what you're bringing. So then that way we can have all sorts of fun stuff for everybody. But it's super, super fun. If you don't know where the West Virginia Building is, it is right by True Soul Boutique. It's across the street from there, right by Hot Works as well. Super easy to find. If you type in West Virginia Building in your GPS, it'll pop up. When you get here, let your director know. We'll come and we will let you up the elevator. So we have that Wednesday at 6:30. We also have the makeover contest for $1,000 is still happening. It's still popping. It's still going. So it is still the season of seeing faces, ladies. And listen, get them on some skincare, get them on some product because you can turn around and sell them on Pink Friday, all your holiday hangouts, everything. Okay. So that's still happening. And then also new products are out. So if you were a star or you did PCP, you can order right now, like 2-day, 2-night, like literally order. Go order, especially those satin hands. She just talked about having some of the satin hands on hand for holiday. Go get that. And she's like, I wasn't a star PCP. When do I order? You ordered this Friday, the 15th. Okay. So literally be prepared for that. So if you can't order now, order the 15th. These new products are going to fly, and they are wonderful for holiday too. So that is everything, I believe. If I'm forgetting something, someone please let me know. But yeah, we're super excited. If you can come to Friendsgiving, please come. Getting together is so incredibly fun. It is so, so, so fun. So absolutely love it. It's going to be a great time. So super excited. If there is nothing else, I think we are good to go. And make sure you guys affirm our speakers, Mel and Darrian as well too. So, but yeah, I think that's everything. You guys are good too. Bye.